Maybe not that one. Okay. How much do I want to disclose? There are two versions of me. I've always been a modifier. I feel like if I checked the box, then I did a good job. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am here with Amanda Russell. She is my friend and neighbor. She used to do YouTube fitness videos, one of the first fitness creators. I've gotten a lot of comments recently on health and wellness stuff, so I just want to take you along for my journey. So way back in the day, I would say this started in my teenage years. I feel like this is an experience that a lot of women go through. I know Amanda has. I had a really unhealthy relationship with food. How much do I want to disclose? I would say
you can get it if people
diet
want to know.
pills, extreme restricting, and then binging afterwards. Extreme working out. I did basketball, volleyball, track, and cross country. I was a little bit crazy with it, and it wasn't until my early 20s that I really started to find a balance. I got a personal trainer and we started doing weightlifting, and I think that's the best shape I've ever been in my entire life until I got pregnant, and I gained 55 pounds.
She had a baby.
I had a baby. So during my pregnancy, I decided, knowing my past, that I was not going to look at the scale. I wasn't going to let the doctor tell me what it was, except for the day I checked in to give birth. I remember the nurse was writing down my information, and then
you saw it
in a giant Sharpie. She put 177, and I'm normally 120. So that was alarming, but I was committed. I'm a new mother. I had a really hard start as a mother, and I was not going to go back to how I lived before, because honestly, the extreme dieting and restricting, it affected my mental health more than anything. So I think for me, fitness is mainly about mental health. Like, finding a balancing act with it is really important to me. But me and Amanda have definitely bonded over this. I'll let you tell a little bit about your story.
to go from being I have been in the restricted. I was a competitive runner most of my life, and it's all restriction is like celebrated, right? And with women too, it's like, oh, the more you restrict, the more it's like competitive, and it's like this toxic environment. But I don't know how because I have been around you now, like 24/7, to know that like you really are balanced about it. And that's really hard to get over because it's an addiction like anything else. Mm-hmm. And so part of me is like, I used to do YouTube videos. That's how like way back when YouTube was new. And I actually had to like get out of it because it was so toxic for me, because I was becoming so obsessive. And like, as you're talking about your journey, I'm like, what was it for you?
So I think for me, it's always about mental health. Like, there are two versions of me. Since you've known me as a healthy person, you know my healthy version, but me in a restricting pattern, in a diet pill pattern. There was a period that I took Adderall that would help me restrict. It's just like, it's like shuts down your mental health. Like, it's not this like bright, beautiful personality that comes out. It's just kind of like, and for me, like, I couldn't do that as a mother. Like, my whole world is my son. So if I'm not taking care of my mental health, which means taking care of my physical health, then I'm not going to be that great of a mom, honestly.
One thing that I admire is the ability to not have to do like 1.5 to 5 hours a day of exercise, especially like when you have a kid. You can't. Well, you can. No, that's not true. You absolutely can. You can have a lot of help, but it's like, do you want to spend that time as a guinea pig in the gym, or a rat, or whatever they want to call it? Yes. And I think that's where my mind goes in terms of that helps hold me back, because I have that tendency as well. But I feel like you've been at it less and further along sometimes. Like, for me, there's a boundary that like, it's like an addiction. Like, I know when I'm getting close to that line, and I got to stay on the side of the fence. but I feel like you just do it so naturally now.
Thank you. Okay, so when I was losing the weight from my pregnancy, I really, really tried to be not obsessing about it, but I will admit I was in the gym 2 weeks after giving birth. I wasn't hitting it super hard, but I was just doing something. I feel like exercise, like even in a small amount, just releases endorphins. So that was my go-to. I started with weightlifting, then I switched over to Pilates, and then recently I've gotten back into weightlifting because it's just convenient. Really? Balance is key for me. So now when I think about working out, it's not like, how many calories do I need to burn off? Like, it's like, I need to go to the gym because I'm gonna have a better day tomorrow if I go to the gym, like just mental health wise. So that's what it is for me. It's more of like a positive thing.
And speaking of, I wanted to show you one of what it's taken me a long time to do this, but I can now actually do a great workout in like my hotel room or my bedroom in like 4 minutes flat. And it gives me the same amount of like mental clarity and mental like the stimulation as like it used to take me. I used to like be like, it has to be this many miles, it's gotta be this mile pace, it's gotta be blah, blah, blah. And now I'm like, wow, 4 minutes, yeah. I'm so productive. Yes. It's like, it doesn't matter because I also didn't waste 2 hours. I just won all this time back. And so I was gonna show you this little 4-minute routine, and you can substitute this with any exercises. Like, it's basically, they used to call this, there's a trending period where they called this a Tabata. All that means is that it's basically a superset, which means you can pick the same exercise or different exercises, and it's 8 rounds of 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. Okay. And I recommend one of those, like just like a cheap thing on Amazon, like a timer where you can set like how many rounds, beep at 20 seconds, beep at 10 seconds. And then you can substitute 2 exercises, but I was gonna show you 2 today that like for abs and for arms, and it's a great kind of superset, and you can do it with a friend because you can just swap exercise, or you can do the same ones at the same time. So should we do it?
Let's do it.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to describe how to do these exercises. They are so simple. I'm actually overcomplicating it by saying this, but I have to disclose because I know that I'm not using proper physical therapy and anatomical language. So I just describe it how I see it. And basically I call this one plank jacks. So you're just gonna wanna come on the ground, and for the side angle, it's gonna look like this, right? Plank jacks, and then you're gonna jump out and in, out and in. And then you can bring it up to tempo. And then if you need to modify, which totally, there's nothing wrong with modifying. It's like, I wouldn't start to play Beethoven when starting at the piano, right? You've gotta start somewhere. You just tap, especially if you have injuries or whatnot, you don't like the impact, just tap, tap. And you're holding, it's your shoulders and arms holding your body up, and it's core control. So you don't want your hips too high, and you don't want them sagging. You want them kind of like, you wanna squeeze your butt cheeks, or I think they call these glutes. Okay. Oh yeah, squeeze the glutes, squeeze them. Okay, ready, and the workout's even harder when you have to explain it on camera. So next, we're gonna do push-up to bicep curl. You don't need heavy weights. I usually do these with just like 3 or 5s. But if you wanna like step up like the weight, you can step it up with, I don't know, so this is actually heavy, but I'm only doing it for the camera today, so that's the secret. But you're gonna go into top of push-up position, modified again, especially if most people, unless you're doing push-ups every day, are not gonna do a full push-up normally. It's better to just do them on your knees and do it full, and come up, and pull up, and pull up. And these are not even bicep curls, really, but this is what I do with them. And then, to more of the full push-up version, you want to, again, squeeze your glutes really, really tight. Again, hips not too high, not too low. All the way down, all the way up. Up, yeah. It's really, okay. It's much harder than it looks. And that, my friends, Liz's friends, is But those 2 exercises, so plank jacks, 20 seconds on, the 10 seconds off, you switch to, what are we calling these, push-ups to reaches, and then 10 seconds off, back to the plank jacks. 10 seconds off, back over here.
And I recommend the knees.
I highly recommend. No, I hate that modification gets such a bad name.
Yeah.
And like, honestly, for a long time, I was like, I would just power through doing everything wrong because I didn't want to modify.
Yeah.
So I would just do everything half-ass to not have to modify. But then it's like you're getting nowhere.
Yeah. I've always been a modifier.
Yeah. No, I'm the person that's like, that girl's not even doing close to what the exercise is.
Yeah.
But she's checked the box anyway.
Yeah. I feel like if I checked the box, then I did a good job.
See, balance.
Yeah.
All right, over here.
Yeah.
And Liz is teaching us balance.
Yes, yes. Don't make it too hard on yourself because then you won't keep doing it. Like, you have to enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like you said, when there's too much of a mountain ahead of you, if you feel like you've got this like mountain to climb, it's going to be really hard to stay.
You're not going to do it. You're going to stop and then be like, well,
Burnout.
next year.
Or if you're like me, you're going to get injured first too.
Thank you so much for watching this episode. Let me know in the comments if you would like a full workout routine.
And thanks so much for working out with me today.